Hey Sagittarius, and welcome to your February 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead in what really does look like an amazing month for you. Probably overwhelmingly one of the most positive energies I feel coming forward. And I'm not surprised. I mean, you're coming out of January having had that Venus-Jupiter conjunction in your sign. So you would have really seen coming out of January that there was a path starting to generate and I want to say an injection of energy that really made it a lot easier to start releasing things which were no longer suiting you, really made it a lot easier to find new confidence, really gave you a sense of luck and abundance with your health, with your career, with your relationships. I feel like most Sagittarians should be on the upswing coming into February. There should be, even if you're still kind of stuck to a difficult environment, even if there's something that's not quite together yet, there should be a new breath of confidence, a new breath of fresh air, a new sense of spontaneity emerging, popularity, and just personal energy, personal power re-emerging. I'm looking straight to the Magician, Eight of Wands, King of Wands, Six of Wands. Look at these new fiery energies coming in for you. You have the Sun and the Moon as well, which can denote energy. They're reversed, but we'll get into it. And wrapping all of this up, you have Ten of Pentacles, which is such material, financial, tangible culmination, building, reaching an apex of some type of field, or restructuring the family environment. Ten of Pentacles is really beautiful for you as a central theme this month, because it says to me that all of this new personal power, all of this new creativity and spontaneity and confidence are turning into something real and tangible. It's not just sort of a manic foresight or a manic, like, oh, I'm going to have all this power, I'm going to become successful in this or that way, but it's like really truly manifesting and channeling into something real, solid, tangible, and something that impacts the long run. So yes, very positive reading this month for you, Sagittarius. Very, very optimistic things coming your way, and really starting in March. As I've been saying for all the other signs this month, February is sort of a month of getting things in order, sort of understanding what we need for the future, what we need to start anew, and really laying that foundation brick by brick in a way that supports us for the long run. So you have all the power to do that. You have all the energy to do that. And I'm hoping there aren't many excuses that hold you back from that still yet. If things are feeling really heavy or discouraging this month, I don't feel that it comes from your Sagittarius energy line. That would be coming from another point in your chart. So yes, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising sign. But do you understand that by virtue of having some amount of Sagittarius energy within you, you have the ability to start anew. You have the ability to find personal power, and you have the ability to manifest this new energy into something real, solid, and tangible, and long-lasting. I feel like there is a lot coming in the month of February. Lots of new ideas, potentially lots of interaction with people, lots of events or tasks. It doesn't feel like drudgery, but there's just a lot. There's like Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. It says to me that there's just many things around you. Perhaps like for your business or something, you've been really innovating a lot and thinking about, how can I do this differently? How can I make this more me and less, something that isn't me? And you're going to see a lot of ideas coming in, and there's even a potential to feel a little bit overwhelmed by that, like realizing how many new, fresh, invigorating ideas there are, but at the same time, how do I set that into motion, and seeing like, yeah, my life needs a lot of changes to make that work. But first card in your reading is the Magician, so it says that you have all the tools at your disposal to manifest that and to make that something real, especially again with that Ten of Pentacles central theme. Like the interplay between the Magician and Ten of Pentacles is one that I like a lot, because again, you're not squandering your resources. You're not just taking what you're given and just like recklessly utilizing it. It says to me that you're very sort of structurally, formulaically using this incredible new energy to create something real. So don't doubt your ideas right now. Don't doubt new premonitions or new foresight or new like foreshadowing of where you want to be, because there's something gold within that. I feel that there is something gold within even sort of like wacky, whimsical types of ideas that you're getting about what your experience could be, because as I'm sure you all saw from my Jupiter and Sag video, you know, this is a time of eccentricity for Sagittarius. This isn't really the time of, you know, the tried, true, status quo, you know, Saturnian experience, you know, unless you have a lot of Capricorn or Cancer in your chart. This is more so a time of, you know, ecstatic eccentricity and doing something a little bit, you know, unexpected, especially having Venus in Sag, especially if you're, you know, again, toward later January and early February hearing this reading, you know, Venus energy, and it'll still be echoing. That Venus-Jupiter conjunction will echo actually throughout the entire duration of Jupiter and Sag, because, you know, it conjuncted Venus early in its transit, so it will again sort of be impacted by what it experienced there for the whole time, but it is most potent again at the like late January, early February. So take what benevolence you find in late January and don't doubt it. There's so much more funness that can enter your life. Like, that's what I think of when I think of Venus and Jupiter and Sagittarius. I think of fun, enjoyment, I think of spontaneity, I think of luck, I think of prosperity, I think of attraction. It's also kind of a cheerleader type of energy as well. So having people cheer you on, cheering on others, being that sort of like optimistic in the face of difficulty type of character, and finding so much magnetism and thriving capability through that. So potentially one of the worst times to be like the antithesis of a cheerleader, to be like, what do we want to say, a doubt leader. Not a time to be a doubt leader, not a time to be like, no, you can't do that, no, you don't have enough money to do that, no, you can't make that business idea work, no, that's not good enough. Not a good time to be pessimistic for Sagittarius. Not that you guys really would be, I don't think that there's much desire to be, but just understand that with like that Venus-Jupiter energy, now is a time to support, and now is a time to inject optimistic energy into your life, for sure. Another interesting message I feel for you for the month of February is actually a strong sense of emotional growth as well. Page of Cups, I keep being drawn to. So that says to me that there is a new way of processing emotions. Like, no longer are you using the past previous way of coping or reacting emotionally. And with the moon reversed, it says to me that you're not fooling yourself anymore. The moon can be deceptive energy, and the magician can also be deceptive energy. So yes, it is possible that some Sagittarians might be around deceptive people, but it doesn't matter, because your personal strength and your personal power has grown with this energy to be able to overcome that, and to be able to not find false attachments in those deceptions, while being able to overcome any type of, you know, perceived betrayal, anguish, heartbreak with like flying colors. And like, you know, it's like one door closes and you so quickly turn to face the open door. There's not really, I'm like so happy that Three of Wands is not in this reading. Like, Three of Wands has been like over and over and over again, like a Sagittarian principle. And I believe that it was like your significator card in the 2019 year aheads, but I can't remember. I might actually be wrong about that. But you guys need to check out that series if you haven't seen it yet. That's in the description box below. But I'm actually happy Three of Wands is not here, because it says that you're not like looking at any more closed doors, or you're not like seeing like, oh, that path isn't right for me anymore, let me just kind of be upset about that for a while. Like, you're really like your reflexes, like the reflexes are stronger here. I feel like even with your health as well, it's like your nervous system, your reflexes, they're becoming more honed, like more calibrated. A very calibrating month for you. Really, really beautiful to see that you can see that something is not accessible anymore, and like click in your head, okay, this isn't accessible, let me go somewhere that is accessible for me, you know. And it's easy, it's not that hard, it's not that, if you're looking at situations, Sagittarius, and things feel difficult, you know, like truly difficult, like we're not talking like, oh, that work task is difficult, because Venus and Sag can also be a little bit of laziness as well. So you have to kind of see things in the long term, like, yeah, it might be a little bit hard to get this task done, but how much does it give to me? But if things are like truly, truly difficult, like, that person will never actually really be able to understand me emotionally, and in order to be with them, I have to have some amount of difficulty in my life always. Things like that must be turned away from at this period of time, or they must be healed. There is no settling. That's something that's hard for Sagittarius this year. If there were something that's hard for Sagittarius this year, there's not really settling possibilities here. Like, the moment you settle, it goes away. The moment you, and I'm talking like actually going against settling and going against yourself. I'm not so much talking about accepting. So like, you've got to understand the difference between settling and accepting. There are different themes that we tend to get mixed up. But really knowing that something is a deal breaker for you, yet choosing to settle, that's when things are a problem. It's different when you know that someone has a quality that you can't change and you choose to accept that and no longer let it be a problem. That's a whole different concept, and it's not so toxic, depending. But don't let yourself settle here, Sagittarius. Don't let yourself settle this year. Like, if something's not big enough, if something's not, giving you that eccentric drive, it's time to try something else. It's time to take it another direction. Maybe it's not necessarily time to abandon it or look the other way, but it might be time to think about other options and to innovate it or make it a little bit better, okay? More popularity this month, as another note before I get into the week-to-week. King of Wands and Queen of Wands together. One of them's reversed, but that's okay. That to me says your popularity increases this month, and also people will seek you out. People will be very attracted to you. So don't worry about these old like self-esteem problems. It's all good. Everything is coming together and starting to get onto like a path and a template where it can continue coming together, Sag. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the week to week. In the first week of February, you have the Magician rooted down by 8 of Wands reversed. So all of a sudden in the first week of February, there's more at your disposal, like more resources at your disposal, like more money, more love, more opportunities, more like ways, more directions to go with things. And I want you to look at all the possibilities. Like, if you could like write down like each possibility that your life has right now to like really get a firm grasp on it. Because again, with 8 of Wands, sometimes, we only have 2 hands. It can be hard to grasp 8 things with 2 hands. And that's funny with like the Magician, because his hands are like emphasized in the card. Can you grasp it all? Like, have you taken on too much? That's the only danger of that energy. With the Magician being upright, it says to me that you haven't. It says to me that actually you might even be able to take on more. But you need to know what you're taking on. Don't really do that blindly, because there could be a tendency to take on too much. And it's just emphasized, like, the amount of things that you are taking on. It could be too little for some, it could be too much for others. Just really get real and focus on what it is that you're taking on right now and what you want to take on, like where you want to see yourself throughout this year, like what you want to accomplish. Maybe a bit of old-fashioned planning could be good during this time, because, it might take a bit of, progress over the next few months to see yourself achieving what you want to achieve by around October or November of this year, because that's when Jupiter in Sag gets like really well placed for you. And I think most of you will see that you get the benevolence and abundance one way or another. But for those of you like really wanting to go like big, it might be good to really think about, what do I need to do like every day until then to like make that really big, versus just, although it's also good to kind of just trust as well. You can't really go wrong. But I am just feeling that for those of you who really want to go like big, like, start planning it. And if you enjoy that process, especially. Also, again, just don't avoid like what's coming into your life. Like 8 of Wands can sometimes say that all of it comes in and then it all goes quickly out, because we're not really looking at what it is. And just be supporting your growth, like supplements, like your health, like supporting your energy, using your energy wisely. That's one thing that the Magician upright is really good about. It uses its energy and resources wisely, and not in an overactive, like burnout oriented way. Like, you have all this energy, don't squander it. Week number 2, you have 6 of Wands rooted down by the Sun reversed. I like it. Again, there could be a potential to overdo things. I feel like the Sun reversed can sometimes mean that our health is like not feeling its best. So again, it's like flu season, it's winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. So it could be like vitamin D deficiency for some of us. It might be good to supplement that. And if you wanted to take the vacation to the equator, it could be a good time. And I feel like your creativity is getting higher and higher, though. And like, I want you to remember how much attention needs to be placed on, you know, what you're putting into your body, what you're giving yourself when you have such a high creative drive, how much more resources you use, and how much sometimes smaller your gas mileage is when you use so much creative energy. So make sure you're paying attention to what you're eating, how much you're eating, and like what is going in, because you might actually need more. You might not be getting enough nutrients, I feel like, and it might not be very obvious. Like Six of Wands is all about like looking the part and looking very healthy, looking very above many other people. You could even see like jealousy because of that. But you might look too much the part right now and like deny your health. Like, oh, I look really healthy, I look really good, that means I'm healthy, but like I'm not eating. Just really put some attention on your inner health during that week. Week number 3, Page of Cups, rooted down by Queen of Wands reversed. This week is all about you, Sagittarius, and all about your nature. I don't feel like that's so much other people in your life, but it's all about balancing that new emotional processing system that you have, as well as that more fiery, like popular, spontaneous Queen of Wands energy that has always been such a strong part of your personality. How do those two things intersect now, and how can you have both? How can you have this like comedian, emotionally apt person grow within you? It's a great time to be humorous with things as well. You know, take things seriously. I'm not saying to just shrug things off necessarily, but I feel like humor has to start growing within you again during that time, because you're moving into the 4th week with the moon reversed, rooted down by King of Wands. If there's not much ability to laugh things off or to be humorous, you could see yourself getting a little bit depressed or a little bit melancholic by taking things too seriously. So I do feel like the 4th week will show you the truth of something. I feel like the 4th week of February will show you how things actually are, you know, in your environment, in your relationship. And for some of you, that's going to be like a big sigh of relief. You're going to be like, wow, like this is how it actually is. I'm really happy that this is how it actually is. And then some of you might see something that is unfortunate there as well. And you're encouraged to react to this, whether it be like unfortunate or fortunate understanding of, you know, the reality, with King of Wands energy, with confidence, optimism, you know, turning again to face the path that's open to you. Not, you know, wallowing. There's no sense of wallowing in this reading. So if emotional things are happening, it's so important to be like, wow, I've had the breakup. That means that I can focus on this so much more. You know, give yourself the proper grieving time, but understand the opportunities that come with rejection. Maybe some of you guys have seen my video called Rejection is Protection, but that is definitely applicable to Sagittarius right now. I don't feel like you guys are very rejected, but if you were to be, it's like the biggest blessing in the world. So I'll link that in the top right-hand corner as well as in the description box below. But yeah, it's a month where the best thing is happening, okay? 10 of Pentacles is your central theme. You're building a lot. A lot of you have probably over the last 3 or 4 years really maybe saved a lot of money, or really formatted and formulated a type of path where, you know, success is inevitable. Success is inevitable. I love that for Sagittarius. That's such a good sort of mantra right now, is success is inevitable, because it really is. And I want you to know that even if things sort of feel like they're falling through, it just paves the path for that inevitable success. 10 of Pentacles says to me that your ideas right now have long-term prospects, long-term growth potential. Maybe it's a good time to invest. Maybe it's a good time to have tangible representations of your wealth, whether that be monetary or emotional. You know, you have this emotional wealth, you know, let's make a tangible representation of that. Let's take this relationship to the next level. Let's get married, whatever these tangible representations of, you know, whatever kind of wealth you've accumulated in your life are. And overall, Sagittarius, I want you to know, regardless of what happens in February, this is probably the most blessed month that you have had in maybe a decade. You know, maybe for sure in the last 3 or 4 years, things start to look up here. So even if things get difficult, understand that it is so that your life can become what you want it to be, so that you can have that flair, you can have that humor, optimistic happiness that you deserve, and that your sign is sort of given as a birthright. Okay, Sagittarius, enjoy it. Enjoy this month. To have these beautiful, wonderful archetypes in the ending energy of February says so much to how much you can thrive over the next year. We're moving into March as the astrological new year with you already sort of getting things into order. So pat yourself on the back, enjoy this. I love the positivity. I love it because, you know, a lot of the other signs have been having a rougher time. So count your blessings. Undoubtedly the most lucky positive energy of all the signs this month, like undoubtedly. I don't have to think twice about it. So just understand, like when you're interacting in public, when you're around other people, like understand that you have so much more by default right now. So don't succumb to those old cycles of grief or trauma or not feeling like you have enough. It's all coming together here, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to do this reading, and share this with another Sagittarius, like especially if you know a Sag that is like or Sag rising, Sag moon, who might be having a hard time. Like get the word out about like how good things are getting for Sagittarius. And if you guys haven't had the opportunity yet to subscribe to my channel, I would so appreciate that. You can always unsubscribe later if you'd end up not liking my content, but please subscribe and you will get notified when your Sag readings post in the future. And yeah, thumbs up this video, get it out there. I feel like this video needs to be seen by Sages. I feel like this video, like Sages need some positivity. Like I hope there's not too many negative readings going on for Sag right now, because it truly is not a negative reading. Thumbs it up so we can get this video out there. Also, if you guys haven't been able to see the 2019 Year Ahead series, that's another great video for Sag. You can click the center of your screen right now to find that playlist. And also you can click in the description box below to find my companion and the 2019 Year Ahead series too. I'm on social media. It's all below. Good luck this month, Sag. It's beautiful, beautiful energy. Congratulations. We'll talk soon. Bye.